Good morning, guys. How are we doing? Today is Friday the 18th of February 2022. It is 5:55 in the morning and we have all kinds of weather warnings here in the UK. Up here where we are right now, we are in the yellow zone for wind warnings, which isn't quite so bad as where my sister Perkle lives, and many of you live down in the south, which are in red wind warnings. So that's anywhere from 80 to 120 mile an hour winds. Yeah, that's kind of scary. I mean, our worst today is predicted at 54, 56. I'm not gonna lie, the whole idea of it has terrified me, and especially with Tanny going to work. He still has to do his job, he still has to deliver medicine, and you know, he will do until he's told he can't, because it's not safe to do so. So he's driving off to Bradford today and then to Otley to do his runs around that kind of area. The roads to Scotland are closed, so some of the guys on their runs won't be able to do their run unless they find another way. Yeah, but just know that the guys are doing the best they can to get meds to where they need to go. Yesterday for them was absolutely hammered. Every van went out and it was rammed to the rafters, so I would imagine that most places have been ordering extra to make sure that their orders, they had stuff for over the weekend in case the orders couldn't go out today and Saturday. So yeah, we have snow warnings for later on tonight and for tomorrow, which is, yeah, okay. Tanny wants to put the cover back on the polytunnel today after work. I told him he's an idiot. I told him I still have 2 packets of pistachio nuts. I'll bloody grow more. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? I don't want him putting himself at risk doing a job like that, or the polytunnel cover at risk, which in this kind of weather could just tear. I mean, it did take 86 mile winds to knock it off its frame, but at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen over the next few days. So we just ask that everyone look after themselves, please. And if you do have an elderly neighbour that you keep an eye on, just make sure, I hope that they've got everything that they need, but don't put yourselves at risk to try and make sure of that. Just give them a ring. Give them a ring. And yeah, in situations like this, when I lived in Australia, I used to have what some places call a bug out bag, because we used to live on the edge of the estuary in Newcastle. We were about less than 100 yards from the edge of the lake, and we're flooded out quite a few times. Evacuated once, I think. But what we used to do is we'd have these bug out bags, and they were for everybody, one for each person. Everybody carried their own stuff. There was a clean set of clothes, you know, underwear for a couple of days, clean socks for a couple of days, an extra jumper. There was a bar of soap, a towel, and 2 days worth of dry food. And the adults would have some first aid stuff and some cooking equipment, like a little camping stove kind of thing. And everyone had like a little knife, fork, spoon, camping eating tins and stuff in each of the things, so that should we be evacuated, we'd have enough stuff for a couple of days. And if we got separated, the kids would have stuff that they could cook, that it wouldn't be hard, you know. and they would be able to at least look after themselves for a couple of days if necessary. So yeah, I'm not saying go to those lengths, but if you are in the red zones, maybe put together a little bit of a bag, and if you need to put meds or anything that's personal to you, maybe have those on standby just in case. I remember when we lived down in Devon that the storms were really, really bad a few years ago that knocked out part of the train line down near Dawlish, and a lot of those houses down there got really badly flooded and the people had to be evacuated out. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. I'm not expecting people to have, you know, major damage, but they could do. And if you are worried about major damage, if you've got some packing tape or masking tape, just do a cross across your windows from the top to the bottom diagonally, and that will help with any breakage of the glass. It'll hold it all together, it'll give it a little bit more security, and you're less likely to have dangerous shards go flying across at you or your children. So yeah, just look after yourselves, guys. Hey, if you're in an area where you're likely to lose power and you have a bathtub, fill the bath, clean it first, fill it up with water, so that in the eventuality that you may lose power, at least you've got fresh water. You know, and yeah, that's all I can really tell you. I mean, they're very, very basic things that everybody can do, okay? Yeah, it's not often either that you will hear me suggest having dry food, you know, dry food packets in your bag or whatever, but in situations like this, it's probably a good idea. Same with tins, but if you are going to use tins, make sure you use the pull tins or have someone who has the can opener. I'm just saying. Anywho, no major worries. I'm not, as you guys know, I have PTSD, so I do worry in situations like this, and I worry about the people that I love, and I worry about myself, and I worry about everybody else. I'm not that worried about myself, to be honest. I'm really not. I'm more worried about other people. I'm very worried about Tanny being on the road today. I'm worried, not worried because he's incompetent as a driver. I'm worried about other people and their lack of experience driving in weather like this. And to be honest, in a country where snow and gales and storms like this happen every year, or maybe not quite like this, but you know, they all happen every year. It's amazing how many people don't know how to handle it, don't know how to drive in it, shouldn't be driving in it because they don't know how to handle it or how to drive in it, and the whole country stops. And I'm just thinking, dudes, really? When a little bit of knowledge and education and a little bit more money put into something like an advanced driving course or something like that, or defensive driving course, would probably give you a little bit better skills, and it is worth it in the end, to be honest. Yeah, so anywho, that's me for today. I'm not going to be doing anything major today. I need to chill out, keep myself calm, keep the phone line free so that Tanny can get through if he needs to, which he probably will several times today, both because he worries about me and he knows that I'll be worried sick about him. I'm talking to my sister Perkle down south today, this afternoon. her auntie in Texas passed away last week, and it's her memorial on Friday, this afternoon. So yeah. Anywho, so at least I'll be able to know that she's okay, because I will be on Skype with her. At least while the weather holds, right? So we'll just wait and see how it all goes. All I can say, guys, is just look after yourselves, take care of each other, and don't do anything stupid. If you don't need to go out, and I mean need, as in we will die if this doesn't happen, need to go out, don't go out. You know, it's don't make silly. I mean, half the schools in the country are shut today. They made that decision yesterday, and the day before was already made. Enjoy the day off with the kids. Do something cool. Curl up, watch a movie, do Disney, whatever. I don't care. You know, hot chocolate, cookies, scones, whatever. Just enjoy the extra time with your kids. All right? Because they'll be scared too. All right? I love you guys heaps. Look after each other. Blessings.